Trolley the transporter. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen you in a video. Not too much, just been hanging out making videos. What have you been up to? Thinking about the television show Mr. Rogers? Hey, I like to think about that also. There was merchandise from Mr. Rogers? Even a toy playset? I sure love to see that. Sure, let's take a look at them. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day in the... It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood? No. It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood. It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood. Won't you be mine? Won't you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Hey there, neighbors. It's me, Junkman, coming back at you with another video. I know Mr. Rogers. Sorry, but not many of us are. Some of us are sadly Captain Kangaroo. Now today we're going to look at merchandise released related to Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, the PBS show we all loved to watch as a kid. I wasn't going to say us Generation X kids, but this thing went on for years, so some of you millennial kids probably watch it also. I'm not going to sit and explain who Mr. Rogers is. I think you all know who he is. But man, I have fond memories of watching Mr. Rogers. Take you to the land of make-believe. You got to see that Henrietta Pussycat. Oh, I liked her. And you got to see that owl. Remember that blue owl that sounded just like Mr. Rogers? And then you have King Friday. It did hit me years later that he was the 13th king. King Friday the 13th. That's some kind of dark sub-message to Mr. Rogers right there. And who else was, remember that alcoholic lesbian? Ugh. Now that one used to scare me. And then there was the lady on the show, the mailman. There was a lot of great characters on the show. And to be honest, I used to hate when he used to go venture out of the neighborhood, show some clip of him hanging out at some factory or something. I would get kind of bored. Anyway, today we're going to talk about merchandise released during the era of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Of course, there was some like Funko Pops and stuff, and there was stuff in 2000. But we're going to stick mostly to the 70s and 80s here. And even Ideal Toy, the toy maker that made such classics as the Jaws game and the Evel Knievel stunt cycle. I'm sure you all love that. Do you know they made Mr. Rogers' toy, including a very rare, cool playset that I would have loved to have as a kid. We'll look at that in a minute, but let's just start this list looking at this right here. Build a castle. Build a castle. Now, this was from the Mr. Rogers Daily Rainy Day Club, kind of like a Mr. Rogers fan club, and it was really a kind of a construction work that you got to make yourself, but it was a little play set. You got to cut out the little cardboard, put it all together, and I guess that's King Friday's castle. Doesn't really look like it, like it's made out of rocks or something, but there it is right there. You got some of the little puppets from the land of make-believe and everything. It looks really cool if you ask me. I don't know exactly what this is. Comes with safety scissors, some kind of chain. I'm not really sure about that. You can let me know in the comments below, but you don't have to. And we have, all right, Daniel, what's that little, it was that little tiger, right? Play watch. Daniel Tiger. Remember that Daniel Tiger? I think that was his name. There he goes. A watch. Help you learn how to tell time. And then you have Henrietta Pussycat had a toy. Henrietta Pussycat had a toy. Sounds like an acid rock band from the 70s, Henrietta Pussycat. But she has some jewelry right there. There you go. Some even comes with a little ring. Henrietta Pussycat. And then we have an eraser. An eraser. Yeah, on the back of it says Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood's got a little logo. That's the front of the trolley car. Remember the neighborhood trolley car? It would take you into the land of make-believe. And then we have, look at this, some kind of public television mug. Mr. Rogers got his face right on the mug. Mr. Rogers, that's cool. And how about this right here? A pencil playbook. This is like a coloring book. It's got little activities in it right there. It's got Henrietta Pussycat wearing a hat. Daniel the Tiger, or whatever. I don't know his name. Daniel Tiger, is that his name? And that owl. Man, I forget. What's that owl's name? I don't know. I just call him the owl. Remember him? The owl. Remember, Henrietta Pussycat would always say meow every time. She's like, oh, meow. Got me a color, meow. Gotta color some pictures, meow. I think that's how it went. Here's a Mr. Rogers snow globe. You want it to snow in the land of make-believe? Do you want it to snow on King Friday or Queen Saturday or that little boy Sunday? Remember that little kid named Sunday? I think that was his name. And there it is right there. Oh, Thursday. Maybe he was Thursday. Maybe he was Thursday. Prince Sunday. I think he was Prince Sunday. And then we have a hand puppet. Yeah, Mr. King Friday. I was going to say Mr. Friday. Mr. Friday hand puppet. There you go. That's not the only hand puppet they made. They also made, yes, Queen Saturday hand puppet. There she is right there. Man, you was having a lot of fun with your King Friday and your Queen Saturday hand puppet. You know, maybe your sister had the girl one and you had the king one. You had a lot of fun playing with that. You also had a lot of fun playing with this. This is more of a real style puppet. Look at this, made by Ideal Toys. It's King Friday the 13th. And there he is right there. You think Friday the 13th is scary, but Mr. Rogers took that whole notion of something scary, turned it on his head, and made it family friendly right there. But there it is. They also made one based on the owl. X the owl. I didn't know he had a name. There's his name, X. His name is X. Sounds like one of the X-Men owl. Oh, maybe he's a mutant owl. He does talk. Most owls don't talk that I know of anyway. And they also turned this one into a puppet. I don't know why. It probably terrified kids if they bought this thing. Lady Elaine Fairchild. Man, how did I forget she had a last name? Lady Elaine Fairchild. Look at this thing out of the box. Whew, that thing, wasn't that thing, was it just me? That thing was creepy on the show. And also from Ideal Toys, check this out. Oh, musical trolley. This would be cool to have as a kid. Look at this. It's a little trolley car and he's got some little figurines that go with it. Yeah, I said figurines. I can't call these action figures. Look at them right. This look cool. Maybe it's a little puppet. Maybe it's like a little finger puppet. You can put your finger in there and play with the little tiger guy. Little Daniel Tiger and that, I don't know, that Fairchild. I just learned her last name. I'm not saying I never knew her last name, but maybe I just forgot it. But let's look at that playset I told you about. Here it is right here from Ideal Toys. The Mr. Rogers Neighborhood of Make-Believe playset. Comes with 20 accessories, including 5 figures from the neighborhood of Make-Believe. And it turns into its own carrying case. Oh my God, this would have been so awesome to have as a kid. Now this thing's rare. I could hardly find any pictures of it. I mean, it is extremely rare. Most of the pictures look like this. Just little pictures of it, like in a magazine that was released at that time. Could really find there wasn't nobody selling this thing on eBay. This thing is rare with 20 pieces on it. It's got to be extremely. I've never seen this thing at a toy show. But let's look at the figures inside. Here they are right here. You got King, the Queen, the Prince, X the Owl, and you got Henrietta Pussycat. Meow. I'm a toy from Ideal. Meow, 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 meow. There you go, right there. The owl looks a little weird. I ain't never seen the owl's body. I guess that's why it looks. The owl looks like it might be pregnant. I don't know much about that, but there we go. That's awesome. But that's it. That's a look. He didn't make much merchandise in Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. He didn't want to milk it. He didn't want to be like, hey, I'm trying to make money off merchandise here. No, he wasn't like that. He wasn't like that. But there you go, right there. Some merch. Tell me about that Ideal playset. That was cool. And I'd love to have that. If you had it, let me know. Extremely rare. Extremely. Maybe you still got it and you want to donate it to the Junkman and put it back here. I'll take that also. Anyway, that's a look at the Mr. Rogers merchandise. Now go out and be somebody's neighbor.
Hey, Junkman channel popping though.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.